Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. In today's video I'm going to plant up some clearance plants I have that I recently purchased. I just wanted to make a video with that so you can actually see what I do with my clearance plants. So first thing what I do, friends, do you see how this look? It looks really dehydrated. It is. So I'm gonna go and soak it in this pail I have here, and I'll soak it overnight, and then tomorrow I'll plant it. So this is a hydrangea, and naturally hydrangeas love water. Yes, they love their roots to be very moist. So this is from the first edition brand. This is the berry white hydrangea. It says berry white. Oops, sorry, there's mosquitoes, the bugs are out. It says berry white is a summer stunner with strong upright stems and large cone shaped flowers. The flower color starts out white in July, then progresses to dark pink. Color shades can vary according to location, climate, and type of soil. I'm in zone 6B, 7A, so we do get cold weathers up here. So this prefers full sun to part shade. It is hardy down to zone 3, and it will get 6 to 7 feet tall and 4 to 5 feet wide. And friends, with this, I'm gonna show you where I'm gonna put it. So I have one here. This one I got from Clarence too. This one is the Limelight, not the little Limelight, but this one is the Limelight hydrangea. Yes. So what I'm gonna do with this guy here is put it adjacent over here. This is my cut flower garden. So I'm just gonna put it right here. So I have one there, and then I have one there, and that way it has enough space to spread out. It's gonna get 6 to 7 feet tall, so it needs a lot of space to spread out. Always remember, your plants look small now, but give them the space they need. As they grow, they get bigger. Want to have to transplant the hydrangea, so wherever I put it, that's where I want it to stay. So it's gonna go right here, and this is the cut flower area, and I have an arch here with 2 climbing rows. So when you walk from the front of the house, this is what you see. You also see this from the road. It's such a pretty view. I just can't wait for these rambling roses just to take off and just ramble themselves around the arch. But anyway, so I'm gonna put it right over there. So let me soak this overnight, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like after. So take a good look, friends. I keep telling you guys, don't sleep on your clearance plant. Okay, look what it looks like, and then tomorrow I'll come back out here and I'll show you what it looks like. So when I soak it, I had a question from one of you. You asked me if I take the plant out of the nursery container or do I leave it in. I leave it in because when the soil gets really soft, you don't want the soil to become so loose in the container of water. So I leave it in the nursery container. So this is how I soak the plants. Friends, I'm in the shade garden area. Yes, this is my woodland lane, I call it, where I have all hosta fern. What else do I have in here? Astilbe, Solomon seal, black stocking, this tree behind there. Heuchera is over on the other end, but this is where I put all the shade loving plants. So friends, as you notice, I have a lot of green. Do you see that? Different shades of green. Yes, from the hosta and the fern. So I'm gonna add this Astilbe in here. Also, this is from the clearance section. Friends, I love this. I'm telling you, I love this Astilbe. I love the chocolate look. I love the texture. I just love this plant. Anyway, so this is from Proven Winners. It's Dark Side of the Moon Astilbe. It prefers part shade. With this, you don't want to put it in the full sun, otherwise the leaves get scorched. So I'm just going to keep it in the shaded area. Alrighty friends, the bugs are out. Oh my goodness, they're biting me. Let me try to hurry up to this. Ouch. Anyway, so this gets 20 to 22 inches. It blooms midsummer to late summer, and you get plants like this. I feel like more shade loving plants, they're more for the texture, not so much the blooms. It says rich deep chocolate brown leaves. New leaves are yellow with a dark margin, turning completely dark as they age. Raspberry buds open to rosy purple flowers. Yes, friends. So I can't wait to see the flowers, but I'm loving the texture. I'm loving the foliage. And next to it we have a Brunera. This is from Monrovia. Prefers full sun to partial shade. This is a silver heart Siberian bug gloss. This will get 6 to 12 inches tall and 12 to 24 inches wide, and it blooms in spring, and it's hardly down to -20 to -30 degrees. And friends, look at the texture of this. If you're looking to the moon garden, I strongly recommend putting this in there, because at nighttime, just imagine how the whitish silvery foliage looks in the dark. All right, anyway, so let's get these guys in the ground. All right, friends, and moving on to the next clearance plant. So we have Loria P Super Blue. It blooms spring and summer as a ground cover. And look at the blooms on there, so pretty. And they prefer part sun. In the back here, this is where I get morning sun, so I think it will be fine behind here. And then I have another Loria P, silvery sun proof, blooms spring and summer also. And then I have a second one also. So the first one, I think this one gets bigger. Let's see. This one gets 15 inches tall, 20 inches wide. And then this one gets 15 inches tall, 15 inches wide. Not much difference, right? Anyway, so I have 3 of them. So I'm thinking of putting them, let me pan around slowly, somewhere here in the fish pond. Yes, because I think I like how the grass texture looks between the flat stone rocks. I think it complements that, so I think I'm going to tuck them in somewhere here, but I'll share with you what they look like after. But let me do some placement first. Always do placement before you dig a hole and put your plant in the hole. Always do the placement first, okay? So I'm gonna do that first, and then I'll show you where I decided to put them. Friends, a lot of the plants have been planted. I'm so excited, but I'll show you where they are. I'm trying to get them in the ground because it's getting dark already. So this one is a cherry truffle from Proven Winners, and it will get 8 to 10 inches tall and wide, and it blooms early to midsummer. It loves sun to shade. With these, friends, I strongly recommend putting them in more part sun. Don't put them in the sun, okay, because they will get scorched. But I recommend putting them in the shade area. They do better in the shade. And you look at it, it is dehydrated, but that's okay. I'm gonna water it after. So I'm gonna tuck it in somewhere here where I have my specialty Corabelle garden bed. You guys know how much I love these and I collect them. So I'm gonna find a spot to put it in here. Friends, I saw a squirrel earlier on. I think it looks half dead, okay? It looks like it was sick, and it climbed up in the tree somewhere. That was probably an hour ago, so I don't know where it's at. So I'm gonna quickly put this in the ground because I don't want any squirrel falling out the tree on my head. Absolutely not, because as I said, it looks pretty bad. I don't know what happened to it. It looks pretty half dead. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna put it somewhere in here. And friends, just to let you know, sometimes you do lose your Corabelle. I think when I did some research, I think their lifespan could be 3 years or so. So sometimes you do lose them. Anyway, so let's get this in the ground. The bugs are out. Oh my goodness. Anyways. All right, friends, here is it. It is well soaked, yes. So this is what it looks like. So I'm gonna put it right here, adjacent to the cut flower garden. So it looks so pretty. Let me turn around and show you. So it's gonna go right here, so that way it has enough space to spread out. All right, friends, so these are 2 clearance plants I got. These are Gara, so I'm gonna take them out the pot because you can see this beautiful planter. It was beautiful before, it's coming to an end. So I'm gonna put the Gara in the flamingo garden bed. It blooms beautiful pink blooms, so that way I'm not risking it in the winter, because I don't know how it will do in containers, especially over the winter. All right, friends, here is the Gara. Look at it, friends. This was in a what was it, a 4-quart container. It was in a small square container, really small, and I'm telling you, it grew really big for the couple of months I had it in there. And here's the other one, and those were from Lowe's Garden Center, and I absolutely love the blooms on the garage, so pretty. Anyway, so the containers are available now. And friends, look what I did here. I think this is alyssum I did from seed. I couldn't help it. I just gotta leave it in here. So the alyssum is still in there, and then in this one there's nothing in there. And normally I don't use fertilizer on my plants, but I found this at Big Lots, friends. I think it was it half off? A small coat, and it says smart release plant food, flower and veggie. So I just picked up a bottle. It was $10, but I think I only paid $5 also for it. Anyway, so I just put some in here just to give the soil some nutrients. So what I'm gonna put in here from the clearance section is this. This is from Proven Winners, Heart of the Jungle Elephant Air. Yes, and I told you guys before, with these it will not survive my zone. I'm in zone 6B, 7A. But friends, with this, as the other elephant airs bulbs I have around the garden, I can take it out and clean off the bulb and store it over the winter. Yes, so if you see anything like this at the clearance section, don't pass up on it, okay? Pick it up, and you could plant it now, whatever you want to do, and just dig it out. If it's not hardy to your zone, just dig it out, and you would have it to reuse it, so to speak, for next season. Yeah, so I have, let me show you some I have here. So here's this one here. That's an elephant air bulb. So I've been reusing the bulb for how many years, and just look at it. So when I get my first frost in October, I will just cut off the foliage, rinse off the bulb, leave it on some newspaper to air dry in the garage, and then when it's completely dried out and if there's no moisture, I just wrap it in newspaper. And that's what I do every year. I wrap it in newspaper, and then I bring it out in spring, and I start the process all over again. So I have a lot of them throughout the garden because of my zone. They don't survive my winters. Anyway, so let's get this potted up. And look at that, friends. Look like we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I may be able to get a big one and some small little ones from here. And I have some caladium here. These are not from the clearance section. These I got from Walmart. Yes, I started these from the corm or the bulb from Walmart, and they need to get out of this pot, and I'll tell you why. Let me show you exactly why. Do you see this? Do you see this in front of us? Yes. So as soon as I transplanted this in here, it just got bigger, and look how pretty it looks. Yeah, so because it's in the smaller pot, I feel like it's confining the plant to just grow small. So I'm gonna put it in the other bigger pots, so that way I have some nice colors here for the fall season. And caladium too, it will not survive my zone, so I would have to dig it out. So that's what I've been doing this year, is any bulb or plant that will not survive my zone. And I love it, like elephant egg, canna lily, caladium. I put them in the pot because they're so much easier for me to take out of the pot, right, than digging the ground, messing up the mulch and all that kind of stuff. So if you have bulbs, or you're in the same zone like me and you have the same issue, try doing some container gardening, and it will make your life so much easier. And here's another one. And all these were in one pack from Walmart, friends, and I'm telling you, there's probably one in the container. And look at the foliage on here. So I'm gonna put these 2 leftover ones I have in these orange pot, so that way they can put on some growth for me, because we're in August, so we still have some time before my first frost is in October. Yes, so let's see how I'm gonna divide this with these 2 in those containers. Friends, just look at this. Do you see that? Oh my goodness, the plant was begging to come out of the nursery container. Look at that. So what do I do here? So I can take my clippers and gently clip around the roots, because you can see it's really root bound in here. All right, friends, so these are 2 clearance plants I got. These are Gara, so I'm gonna take them out the pot, because you can see this beautiful planter. It was beautiful before, it's coming to an end. So I'm gonna put the Gara in the flamingo garden bed. It blooms beautiful pink blooms, so that way I'm not risking it in the winter, because I don't know how it will do in containers, especially over the winter. And so we're at the flamingo garden bed, and I found 2 nice spots to put the car. I'm gonna put one right here behind the celosia, and let's see here, and I have a nice space. I could put one right in here. All right, friends, so I'm done planting that batch of Clarence plants. Let me share with you where I have them in the garden, and although a lot of them I put in my new garden bed at the front of the house. I have a video dedicated just to that. I'll be posting that shortly so you can see how I created a new garden bed using Clarence plants. But anyway, so here's these grasses that we did together, and friends, you can already see some bloom coming out here. Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice this. Look at this one. Oh, it's so pretty. And the one has blooms coming out. So I put the 3 grasses here by the fish pond. And I probably will just put some rocks in between the dirt, but it's okay for now. I just wanted to get them in the ground. And then over here, let me show you. Remember this elephant ear from Proven Winners? Yep, here it is. And I tucked in these overdue coleus I had in the seed starting kit. So friends, these coleus will get plump like these ones over here because they grow really fast. And I'll have some color there for fall. They're not good for fall into the frost, but for fall they will survive. And as soon as they get cold, they will just die off. But I still will get some time from them. Now we're in August, so I have until October when my first frost hit. So anyway, so I put them in here, and I'll share this container with you as the time goes by. And you may be wondering, why do I have white rocks here? I put a rock here from the squirrels, because the squirrels, whenever I plant anything, they know, especially like bulbs and stuff like that. So I just put it here so they don't dig around the bulb area of the elephant ear. So this is what it looks like. It is thriving. It's doing so much better. I'm so happy I was able to get it in the pot. And here's the little side ones. So as I said to you before, I will definitely take this out the container and I'll put it in the house to overwinter it, because it will die off in my zone. And friends, here's your list. Oh my goodness, I did these from seeds. So that's what this looks like. So if you love your tropical plants and they're not hardy to your zone and you see them at the garden centers, don't be afraid to pick them up, because you can do what I do. In the fall, before the first frost comes, I just cut them out, take them out, clean them off, and let it dry out. And I wrap them in newspaper and I reuse them for the following year. So all these tropical plants I have here, friends, I just reuse them every year. Alrighty, and then let me take you down here in the flamingo garden bed, because we did the 2 garas, and show you what they look like. Alrighty friends, here's the 1 gara, and you could see new blooms coming from it already. I was gonna take a chance and leave it in the container as I told you, but I didn't want to, because I don't know if it will survive my winter. I'm in zone 6B7A, and I just thought, you know what, let's be on the safe side and just put it in the garden. So it's in the flamingo garden bed, where I told you guys before, if you haven't seen this, I put different shades of pink flowers in here, pink and white and whatever other colors the flamingos have. And here's the other one. Here's the other gara. It's where it will be happy. Alrighty, so let me go over to the Corabelle garden bed and I'll show you where I put the other Corabelle. Alrighty friends, we're on the Corabelle garden bed side, and here is the other chocolate truffle from Proven Winners. This is where I planted it. It's doing good. And let me show you the other 2. Here's another chocolate truffle. Those I planted maybe a few months ago. And here's the other one. So this is my Corabelle heuchera garden bed, where I put just only Corabelles in here. And next to it, I'm going to show you the beautiful hydrangea that we planted together. So this is the hydrangea. Let me get the tag out. As always, I say to you guys, hydrate your plants before you plant them. So this one is a berry white hydrangea. It is a summer stunner with strong upright stems and large cone-shaped flowers. The flower color starts out white in July, then progresses to dark pink. Color shades can vary according to location, climate, and type of soil. So friends, this will get 6 to 7 feet tall and 4 to 5 feet wide. It's hardy down to zone 3. Wow. And it prefers full sun to part shade. And friends, you can see new buds coming out from it here. And I think I paid maybe $13 for this. It was half off. So this is what it looks like. So it will give me some growth before October comes. It's doing really good. And I put it here, friends, so that way, let me back up, so that way it can spread out. So over here is my cut flower garden. I have 2 batches of them over there. So I put it here. So this will get 6 to 7 feet tall. And just imagine those beautiful white blooms here. So, and you know, hydrangeas are great for cutting too. So I just put it here just to give some interest to this side of the yard. And let me back up a little more so you can see. And then this is the trellis. I have the roses on each end here. And then over here too, I have another hydrangea. This one I planted in winter time-ish, if that's a word, winter time-ish. It was half that. It was from the clearance section. I got it at the very end of fall, almost into winter, and it was so cold outside, and I just had to plant it, friends. And when I got this, it was nothing but sticks. Okay, all I saw was just stick on it. So I planted it in spring. I give it a good prune, and look how it's doing. So this was meant to go on the side where I share with you, but as I said, when I planted this in the winter, the ground was really hard, so it was hard to dig through the grass. So this area is soil. So I'm like, you know what, I just have to get it in the ground. So I just put it here. So this will get big too. Will complement the other hydrangea over there. So we'll have 2 hydrangeas on both ends. And I think it will look pretty. So that's the idea behind it. Is walking down here and seeing a hydrangea over there. And then one over here. So I think that will look really pretty. Alright friends. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for watching my videos. And I truly appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.